Howdy! My name is Taylor Newberry, and I decided to immerse myself in the Islamic culture for this project. I have grown up a Christian, and I thought attending a Muslim service would be an excellent experience to understand their culture and help me work with students and parents in the future. In getting ready to attend the service, I remembered past experiences, seeing many Muslim women with their hair covered and long skirts. I decided to pull my hair back in a bun at the nape of my neck and wear a long skirt. I wanted to draw as little attention to myself as possible. My expectations walking in were that it was going to be set up similar to a Protestant service, mixed party room, conservative clothing, and music, prayers, and a sermon. I walked in and was guided to a room by an older man who instructed me to remove my shoes before entering. This room was designated for the women and had windows that had a view of the men's worship area and a system that allowed for us to hear the speaker. I found a tub with scarves and shawls that I was able to wrap around my hair. I found a seat and observed men and women walk in and begin their worship. The women were dressed in ornate patterns and beautiful head coverings. Each one quietly entered, found a spot in the open room, and began bowing and murmuring prayers. The men did the same, but many of the men were dressed in t-shirts and a button-down polo. The service began, and there were a series of prayers and readings, a speaker with a sermon, and then ended in group prayers. The sermon preached a search and desire for happiness and contentment. Finding happiness and contentment was linked with not sinning, reading from the Quran, and timely 5 daily prayers. It was a very peaceful, tranquil service. I found the obvious gender differences interesting. I felt that I was at a lower level than men because I was in a back room. I also felt very self-conscious about my exposed hair, neck, and arms. The women were very friendly. Each one smiled at me. However, no one spoke to me. When I left, no man looked me in the eye. I felt very different. It made me think about the way that we need to be intentional and inclusive with those who are obviously different than us. It made me want to make sure to make inclusiveness a key aspect of my classroom. This experience helped me grow as a person. I was in a situation that I did not feel comfortable and was very different than my normal. It strengthened my belief that this world is filled with loving people who are on the search for a purpose here on earth. It inspired me to be intentional with those different than me to help them feel comfortable in unfamiliar situations. This experience has made me think more deeply about the way I can inspire inclusiveness and understanding of different cultures in my own classroom. When I have my own classroom, I would like to take the time to experience my students' cultures, to not only build rapport and connections with my students and their families, but to continue to build my understanding of different cultures. This class has made me really consider the importance of cultures and the impact that they have on our society. I like the term stew for the American culture. All of our cultures coming together to create a wonderful country. The cool thing about stew is that each ingredient is crucial to the overall taste of the stew. No one ingredient is more important than the next, and each ingredient changes the outcome of the stew. I think if our teachers have this view in every classroom, we will raise up a generation that is ready to build a wonderful society.